So, hi everyone, this is Harsh, and today at Janayawala we're bringing you a real podcast. With on the left side we have four experts, and on the right side we have four students. So, on the left side we have Sarika, who is a 20 plus year of experience of product manager. We have Vineet, who is a founder at Let's AI and also has senior VP experience. We have Deepak here, who has experience of lead data scientist at Deloitte and currently a solution architect at Iris Technologies. We have Brahmjeet here, who has 10 plus year of experience in product design plus AI. And on the right side, we have all the students here. So basically, इधर होगा क्या कि we have students will directly ask their questions to the experts and they will keep answering the experts will. So last अगर देखें, so TensorFlow has raised a new inference engine which unifies NPUs and provides a zero copy hardware buffer. क्या वो blank pieces क्यों है? So हर हफ्ते कोई ऐसी न्यूज़ आती है जो बिल्कुल ऊपर से निकल जाती है. एंड इफ यू आर स्टूडेंट्स एंड प्लानिंग इन एआई, स्टडिंग इन एआई, वर्किंग इन एआई, सो एक इम्पोस्टर सिंड्रोम तो होता होगा इफ यू आर वर्किंग इन एआई या एआई में नहीं है तो ऐसा भी लगता होगा कि एआई में जा कैसे सकते हैं. सो मे बी लेट्स हेयर फ्रॉम आवर स्टूडेंट्स. आप अपना इंट्रो दे सकते हैं, बता सकते हैं कि व्हाट डू यू फील अबाउट इट.
Okay. Hello, my name is Keshav. I'm a resident of New Delhi. I own a cafe in Connaught Place. It's called Kafi. I am a software development engineer. I just graduated. I'm an artist and I own my own agency. And I'm interested in AI. I've built some projects. I've done my work in forensics. So I'm keen on exploring various stuff in AI. And as a creative person, I want to indulge in how AI and creative agencies can bridge the gap. So that's the introduction. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Kartika and currently I'm working as a product manager at a biomedical device company. Apart from that, due to my interest in neurosciences, I've started into neurotechnology research as well. So even though Harsh right now he told about the new thing which just got released, so I am keen to understand it from our experts itself because I come from a medical background, but like technology is something which is always has always played a major role. So would like to hear from our experts in layman language something which I can understand.
Hello everyone. My name is Madhav Agarwal, and I am a recent graduate in computer science. So, like as AI is revolving each day by day, so my thought was like how we can move with the technology, like how we can learn about new things and how we can explore various domains. So today, I just wanted to know about that as well.
Hello everyone, my name is Mohit Kumar. So I am a BSc Honors graduate from Delhi University. So I am currently doing a internship in Frost & Sullivan. So in this domain, I am completing my all the NLP task and data scientist practicing. Along with, I have also a question in mind: why any person will hire us in the AI era? So this is our question.
So, when we talk about AI, what do you feel about just listening the word AI and every Monday getting new tools? How do you feel about it?
More syllabus.
Okay. And anybody else?
I think it feels like how can I just keep up with it, like learning it every day, but it takes a lot of time as well. So something which can basically tell me in a short and a layman way, okay, this is going on, so that I can keep myself updated. So that's what exactly comes to me when I'm thinking of AI because it's going so fast.
Yeah, actually it's fast paced. New tools every day. I am dabbling in new tools every day. There's a lot of stress in what to do, what not to do, how to operate this and not that. And definitely, like there's a friction between old usage of AI and the fair
Absolutely.
new tools. So that's actually it's getting pretty fast paced. So I am thinking थोड़ा तो catch up करना पड़ेगा.
Makes
Let's
sense.
see, yeah.
Makes sense.
Also, I think like as AI is evolving, so we have new tools coming up. So which is an asset for us. Like
Right.
it's quite exciting, like how we can use multiple tools to make a hectic task easy. Like earlier, normal task took around days. Now we can accomplish the same task in hours or some few minutes only. So that's like really a boon to mankind.
Absolutely. So I'll ask the same question to the experts as well. So how do you feel when you hear about different domains? So I am trying to niche down the same question in a very different way. But how do you feel when you hear about a lot of different domains launching new tools every Monday, every Friday as well? So creators are going for Fridays and other techies are going on Mondays. So how do you feel about it? And how much do you use?
You know what I would say? So I have my experience right from assembly language onwards.
Wow.
I started my career when we used to code in assembly language. From assembly we came to C. C में हम pointers करते थे. C से C++ में आए. तो हम being someone who has actually started his career in assembly से C आए, C# आए, C# से web technologies and then now to AI. मैं एक चीज बोलूँगा, tools are changing but rules are not.
Absolutely right. Much appreciated.
ठीक है, हमेशा याद रखना ये चीज कि tools are changing, rules are not. होता क्या था? Assembly में it used to take a long time. C took lesser time than assembly. C# or Java took even lesser time, and now it is taking even lesser time. It is just about that. लेकिन अगर if you feel overwhelmed by new tools every day, मैं कह रहा हूँ कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा. If you keep thinking overwhelmed, if you keep thinking stressed, keep taking stress of it, कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा. Pick a particular line, focus on it, उस पे अपने basics बनाएंगे. With this what I would say, उससे अपने basics बनाएंगे, अपने आप दूसरी चीजें भी clear होंगी. Every day, transformer architecture, new transformer architecture. What's a transformer? AI क्या ultimately, if you have done class 10th maths, class 12th maths, statistics तो आता होगा, ठीक है, probability किया होगा. ये game probability का है. How many of you know कि ये game probability का है? Do you know कि ये game probability का है? अगर आपको basic clear है कि ये game probability का है, तो each concept will build on top of that. Don't stress yourself is what I would say.
Absolutely. Anyone else, please?
Yes, please go ahead.
Please go ahead.
So I'll just say that once you get the feel of it, right? Once you actually understand so don't overwhelm yourself with all those tools coming out, because it will keep coming out for next 5-10 years as well, and it will solve much bigger and better problems eventually going forward. But once you understand the core or crux of it, कि how these tools are actually working, जब आप वो fundamental समझ जाओगे, and that is just one time effort. Once you understand that, it is just going to be very easier for you to understand all the tools in the market. I'm not just talking about GenAI, I'm talking about fundamental AI as well, how things work. Initially, we used to just do discrimination or prediction, right? We used to predict something, something is happening, going to happen. Is this employee going to leave the firm, or this mail is a spam or not? Very simple example everyone have heard, right? Google started with it. But we evolved a lot. Uske baad we started with generating content, and it's a little more complicated process, but actually that is what happens, right? You start generating the content, and the world is all about generating new content right now. You see videos coming out, text-based contents coming out. So you have to decide, right? If you actually have to learn, let's say आपको video सीखना है, you have to go through Vision, or you have to learn text-based AI, right? NLP, right? Natural language processing. Earlier it was called NLP. Now everyone is after generative AI, and that's the thing, right? So if you have to just pick your domain, you have to pick one thing and stick to it, and learn end to end. You start with natural language. I'll just give a small example. Like, how do you think computers understand when you say something, right? Or you type something? आप ChatGPT में जाते हो, you write a prompt. What happens then? Do anyone of you know?
Embedding.
Sorry, come again?
Embedding.
Okay. Anybody else?
After writing a prompt, basically computer understand the language of like signals, so like analog to digital conversion take place. So if we type a data or something, so in the backend it's going like in 0 or 1 form, like in binary
That
form.
is definitely.
उसको वेक्टर में स्टोर करके फिर बाद में
So you're going a little bit in deep.
Yeah.
That is on hardware layer. अगर हम सॉफ्टवेयर की बात करें, because hardware layer is where communication happens. Software layer पे क्या होता है कि when you actually type your prompt, right? How a computer understands it, it converts them into numbers first, right? So that computers understand numbers, or algorithms understand numbers. So that's how it is. So you have to build your understanding from ground up. Whatever you use, however you use AI, you see AI videos, then understand how it is being generated. That's what I was saying.
It's very well said, and I think they have covered everything. But I would say that this AI will be most effective when it is human assisting technology rather than human replacing technology.
Yeah, absolutely.
So wherever you join, if you get any placement in any of the organizations, just check that whether that company has a AI it's a combination of AI capabilities and the human oversight on that. Both should be combined, because like you said, you are a product manager, you joined as a product manager. So before using any tool or anything, what product you are going to build, that will come from human only, right? The idea will come from human. Human will do the they'll provide the judgment, they'll take the decisions whether we need to build that idea. That ideation will come from human only. And after that, using these AI tools and AI technology, you can you can have a vision, you can build that product, and then you can stream it. So human, as per my thing, that it should be a combination of human and then the AI capabilities.
यहाँ से प्रॉब्लम निकल के आती है. प्रॉब्लम क्या है? प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर की जो प्रॉब्लम है, प्रोडक्ट या बिजनेस एनालिस्ट की जो प्रॉब्लम है, एआई बना देगा, एआई कोड कर देगा, एवरीवन नोज, बट यही उसकी प्रॉब्लम भी है. वो कोड कर देगा, आपने कुछ भी बोला वो कोड कर देगा. It will not know whether it is right or not. It is not right.
No, but but we need to have those experts who reviews that.
Absolutely.
Who reviews.
That's what the point is.
हाँ.
The human faculty of reasoning,
Yeah.
the human faculty of critical thinking, वो हमारे साथ है. वो हमारे साथ है.
Right.
You have to understand that AI का मैं ही मानता हूँ कि किसी भी डायमेंशन का लाइफ में whatever is the strong point is the weak point. AI कोड कर देगा is a strong point,
Right.
but AI कोड कर देगा is a weak point also.
So just before that, I feel there is a much bigger question for people who are in college.
Right.
So this question is to the students itself. So do you feel that AI can replace you or take your jobs? So that's a very big question which is there in the market, and I want to hear answers from them, and then probably we can give
And you think
each
about
answers,
going
right?
forward after 5 years, 10 years, like
Yeah.
what do you think?
So maybe let's rephrase the question. Do you think your job would no longer exist today, 5 years and 10 years? Which means you need to give 3 answers each. I mean, present, 5 years and 10 years. Let's go.
I mean, speaking from a creative viewpoint, I guess not 5 years, not 10 years, maybe 15 years. But as Vineet sir said, definitely like human reasoning cannot be taught. Anyways, that was makes us human. So, being a creative person, I think there's a lot of things that AI can't embed in it, or AI can't include, or AI can't replace us with. There is first of all ethics. Second of all, there's creative reasoning. Third of all, I think the creation or the connection between different things and creating something new from it. I think AI cannot replicate that in a good amount of time. I think. What I think is since it's all going so fast paced, I think friction might be the right word. Yeah, there needs to be a friction. What I think the tools that are being given at right now by developers or builders so there's a lot less friction. The people are thinking, oh, this tool might replace me. Oh, this tool is better than me at doing it my job. This suppose this Gen AI tool can create better pictures or design than me, or let's say this can write something better what I can do. Definitely AI can be very good at paraphrasing, grammar, spell checking and all that. But what makes a content unique is the uniqueness of the creator. So what I think AI can definitely bridge the gap between creating something and rephrasing it, but creating from the ground up and making it connect to the human mind, that is a difficult task which I think AI cannot replicate in these times right now, I guess.
Okay, so I won't label it as a right answer or a wrong answer.
Uh,
I really like to listen to everybody first, and then probably we all experts can answer that.
Absolutely. So I would just like to answer it in a very short way. So like I have started studying about neurosciences, and the only thing I got to learn is AI. Basically, our mind works on a very less energy, and still it creates so many good ideas which can never be done by AI. I mean, you need so much power to just run a small chat, and that's something where our mind is so much powerful. So I feel AI can never just beat that critical thinking and that creative thinking, but for that also to be very irreplaceable in the industry, you also always have to think more. You have to train your mind every day, you have to rewire your brain every day. And when your brain is rewiring every day and is thinking analytically plus creatively, then yeah, I mean, basically then it will be a human and an AI interaction where we give and we tell AI that okay, this is something we want to do, and AI doesn't really take power on us. So I think it's all about how you basically keep your mind up to date, and how do you think creatively every day. So that's the only thing, and I don't think that's why any AI can replace us. Also, there is a very powerful thing, and we humans are very spontaneous, as well as we have this warmth which AI cannot bring. So the warmth you build and bring in relationships, I don't think even if we make any sales AI and everything, it can do a basic job, but the kind of human connection when you make with the other person, that's something which AI can't do.
So in my field, it's called empathy.
Yeah, empathy, absolutely.
Empathy.
Empathy is
Right.
also there in AI. If you can just give a right prompt.
So what I strongly feel that when you were giving your answer, I feel you are also studying from the ChatGPT University, right?
No, I am actually reading books, and so I try to
Fantastic.
keep
Jokes
myself.
apart, it was
Yeah.
a very nice answer, nicely framed. Thank you.
So I think AI has a data, like AI has a data which by using it, it generates new answers or something. But like how we can frame it and how we can use it, it's in our hands only. Like AI को क्या data देना चाहिए, क्या उससे मतलब क्या we can make it, that's in our humans hand only. Because like AI पे तो पुराना मतलब previous data है, पर आगे उसे कैसे combine करके we can use it, it's in our hands only. And as a perspective on future jobs, or like will AI take over humans, so like I think AI will not take over humans, but it will make our work easier upon, like in which for a specific work where more human power or efforts were given, so for that AI will reduce that human power, and we can use that efficient mind to some other place. Not just like we have to make use of that also, like AI is evolving, like it can also learn emotions as well. AI can know like whether what we are thinking, but like in which way we are thinking, or the result which we have to produce, like creative result or something, that AI can't just imagine or go through. So I think AI is a assistive technology, but it can't take over us.
So I like your perspective, but I strongly feel, that's my personal opinion, that when you explore more that what all AI can do and what all AI cannot do, your answer will definitely change.
सो मेरा तो यही मानना है कि एआई तो अभी तक तो 70% काम तो ऑटोमेट कर ही दिया है। ज़्यादातर जो टास्क जो आईटी डोमेन में है उन्होंने तो प्रॉपरली ऑटोमेट हो चुका है, बट आने वाले सालों में ये प्रॉपर 100% तक चला जाएगा। पर इससे ये मतलब अच्छी बात ये है कि कुछ 5 साल बाद तो और नई नई फील्ड आ जाएंगी जो इसके अराउंड ही रिवॉल्व करेंगी, तो वो एडवांटेज है। बाकी सारे काम तो आने वाले सालों में ऑटोमेट हो ही जाएंगे सारे के सारे, आई थिंक।
So I think the speed of human invention and things that is going to, people are going to build is going to be very fast. So like before aeroplanes were made, or we started flying, people thought that we can't fly ever. for thousands of years,
Yeah.
and then out of the blue one day, people built an airplane and they started flying, right? And similarly, if you see the pace of AI it's been 3 or 4 years mostly, I think, and now you see that you don't have to code anymore, right? You don't have to.
Can't code anymore.
Yeah, you don't have to build softwares anymore. That is what AI is doing. But in my opinion, one thing is that AI is not responsible. You can't make it accountable. Let's say one AI did some blunder, it deleted a database, or it did something that is unethical, not should have done. But will it take the responsibility? No, you can't make it responsible. It's not a human. It's not a person, right? So there are definitely limitations to that. There are harnesses building around that to take care of it. But still, I think within 5-10 years, the technology is going to take that should turn and change that, where everything people will try to build more and more harnesses, or they will use AI as a raw output, and then they will try to build more services or products around it that is more useful to them.
I'm sure that leap is going to come as soon as
Absolutely,
possible.
yeah.
Please start.
See, what I feel is कि AI replace तो करेगा, किसको replace करेगा? That's the question. Replace उसको करेगा जिन्होंने सिर्फ repetitive tasks तक ही सोचना है अपने दिमाग में. इसका ना एक humanity का एक थोड़ा philosophical example देता हूँ. So humanity has actually crossed a number of challenges in space. Whether it is weather challenges, total climate changes, right? Humans have actually thrived in those cold deserts
areas,
also.
yeah.
Right.
Humanity has thrived wars and battles in past also.
Definitely, yeah.
India was actually a colony, and Indians came out of that as well. Humanity has one power कि वो बाहर तो आ जाए, लेकिन वो बाहर आने में किस का sacrifice लगेगा, वो हमको सोचना है. वो क्या cost होगी? वो costly होगा. AI is going to be costly for a lot of people. There is no denying the fact. लेकिन अपने इसको दिमाग में रख के अपने माइंड को एक लेवल ऊपर हमेशा रखना पड़ेगा.
So from Indus Valley to the club.
Yeah.
I think the
अब
good thing
हमेशा
is,
रखना
I
पड़ेगा.
think the good
एक
thing
level.
is कि humans can change.
Humans can
Yeah,
change.
AI can't.
वो harnesses कौन बनाएगा?
हाँ,
Humans.
restraint हमें डालनी है.
हमें डालना पड़ेगा.
Absolutely.
Correct.
So we humans are very powerful. Ultimately, we will find solutions. लेकिन only those would survive this abyss right now
Yeah.
who keep thinking one step.
Yes.
Ahead.
Nicely said. Nicely said.
My thing is, can AI build relationships? No.
Yeah.
Human build relationships. Then can AI do the innovations? No.
Can
It will, like I said, no. Ideas will come from
It will-
how to
it will
implement,
help,
how to
yeah.
do that. That AI can do.
Yes.
But I feel this AI can be a co-pilot.
Absolutely.
Everything can be automated, but we need a co-pilot to tell where to go, where to navigate. We need those directions. Right? So we need this human intervention for sure. I mean, AI can replace, but they cannot replace 100%. That is for sure.
So I have a very different take here. Yeah.
Sure.
So when we talk about AI, right? Initially, like Sir said, there was something, and then C came, then C++, and then there were a lot of other innovations, right? हमने क्या किया? हमने slowly and gradually बढ़ते गए. Indus Valley to Silicon Valley तो पहुंच गए, right? अब Silicon Valley से AI Valley में जा रहे हैं हम. अब AI Valley की अगर बात करते हैं, who will replace your job? A human being who knows AI will replace your job. That's what my belief says.
Definitely.
As well as, for an instance, if you don't know AI, right, and if you're not, as ma'am said, being and taking AI as a co-pilot with you will give you enormous money rather than just doing the ordinary job which you were doing, right? So I hope you understand that why AI is important to learn, because initially HTML CSS आया, सीख लिया, फिर जावास्क्रिप्ट आया, सीख लिया, फिर jQuery आया, फिर सीख लिया. ये आते ही रहेंगे, रुकेंगे नहीं, right? This will happen. इंटरनेट आया तब सबके पास पहले ब्लैक एंड वाइट फ़ोन होते थे, फिर कलर्ड आया, फिर ब्लैकबेरी एकदम से कहीं से आ गया, फिर हाइप बन गई, फिर ऑर्किड आ गया. रिमेंबर ऑर्किड? Yeah, you guys are not from that generation.
No, they are not, I think.
We might have
Facebook पे
Yeah.
याद है.
So you are from Facebook then.
Yeah, Facebook पे.
हम Yahoo Messenger वाले हैं. So that's in a nutshell.
Yeah.
AI will replace only the people who know about AI and who can work alongside. So that's pretty much from my end. Any other questions? Maybe a deep dive.
What I think personally.
Sure.
So I think we've been exposed too much to the dystopian thinking about AI कि मतलब we perceive it as a threat, जो कि naturally human tendency है I think कि we कोई भी नई चीज़ आई है तो we perceive it as a threat. जैसे टीवी आया तो न्यूज़ एंकर्स ने सोचा कि भाई रेडियो एंकर्स ने सोचा कि हमारी जॉब चली गई. न्यूज़पेपर आया था तो लोगों को लगा कि जो पब्लिक अनाउंसर उनको लगा हमारी जॉब चली गई. इंटरनेट आया तो मीडिया को लगा हमारी जॉब चली गई. तो ऐसी जब ये AI आया है तो लोगों को लग रहा है कि ओ नो हमारी जॉब चली जाएगी. हाँ डेफिनेटली जाएगी बट हमेशा हर चीज़ का आई थिंक वर्क अराउंड होता है. एंड आई थिंक बाउंड्रीज बनाना इज़ मच मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ डेवलपमेंट, इन टर्म्स ऑफ क्रिएटिव थिंकिंग. एंड इवन जब कोई यूज़ कर रहा है ना तो उसको अपनी साइड से बाउंड्रीज फ्रिक्शन वो थोड़ा तो देना ही पड़ेगा. लाइक टीवी आता है तो वी क्रिएट सम बाउंड्रीज कि भाई इतना नहीं देखना, इट्स टू मच ऑफ दिस. जैसे इंटरनेट आया कि इतना नहीं करना, दिस विल कंज्यूम अ लॉट ऑफ आवर टाइम, स्पेस, एनर्जी, एफर्ट एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ.
Seems like तुम्हारा टाइम टेबल सेट था.
आई गेस. तो
2 घंटे CID मिलेगा.
हाँ श्योर. बट हाँ मतलब वही है कि वी नीड टू क्रिएट बाउंड्रीज, वी नीड टू बी माइंडफुल ऑफ व्हाट वी आर डूइंग विद AI एंड व्हाट नीड्स टू बी अकम्प्लिश्ड विद AI. तो बेसिकली मतलब वही है कि हाँ एथिक्स भी आते हैं उस बीच में कि यू नीड टू बी एथिकल, कि
Correct.
यू नीड टू यूज़ इट वेरी माइंडफुली. कि डेवलपर है उसको अपनी साइड से एथिकल होना है, यूज़र है उसको अपनी साइड से एथिकल होना है. तो मतलब हाँ आई थिंक वही है चैलेंज की थोड़ा अपने आप बाउंड्रीज भी रखनी है, एथिक्स भी रखने हैं. एंड उसको इतना भी मतलब डिस्टोपियन वे में नहीं ले जाना जैसे हमें मूवीज़ में दिखाया टर्मिनेटर या किसी ने कि लाइक लेट्स बी ओके, अभी इतना कुछ नहीं हो रहा. तो आई थिंक दैट्स मच
And
प्रीटी
in
मच
addition to that, at least जो आपने करवाना चाह रहे हो ऐसे
हाँ.
वो accomplish हुआ कि नहीं हुआ.
हाँ.
That is true.
You know, because that end goal is to complete that work. Right?
But also, I think critical thinking should not be, dying with that, because I have seen people, for every small question, everything that they want to do, they just start doing chat GPT or other things, right?
So I am one of them. I had to buy an AC and I was asking ChatGPT which one to buy with a set budget though.
Yeah, so I remember the earlier days, for answers we used to read books, right? And then when internet was very popular, we don't need to books anymore. We went to the blogs, right? We used to read short form blogs. Now that's your curated answer. So it is useful, but actually you have to challenge your critical thinking. मतलब आप अगर वो छोड़ दोगे,
Yeah.
for example, for a developer who understands Python or any other language, if you just use AI to code and you don't understand what it is writing, then it is
Copy and run.
yeah, then the accountability is yours. If
This
something
is
fails.
happening a lot these days.
Yeah.
Young people, they just, okay, ChatGPT, give me the code. I want to do this.
Copy, run,
And then when the manager asks what you have written, what was the business logic in that, they are not aware.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they'll start reading
run
that.
तो हो रहा है.
हाँ, run हो
So,
रहा है.
run हो रहा है.
ये ना ये बड़ा important point है ये जो
दे-
ये सारे हैं. Because as a hiring person who is hiring,
Correct.
it's a message to you guys as well as anyone listening to this podcast. मुझे जब मैंने कहा ना कि रूल चेंज नहीं हुआ, I would still expect the person to be accountable for it. और when I ask him कि और ऐसा हो रहा है कि so something was made by someone and I asked him कि इसमें ये change करना है कैसे करोगे? He didn't even know कि वो implement कैसे होगा. How do you think your job will? Why do you think you should not be replaced then?
Correct.
I think the main issue is the people are misusing AI. Basically, like they are not understanding that AI is a assistive technology. AI is making our work easier. AI like हम सब चीज़ AI पे नहीं छोड़ सकते. जैसे ये है कि हमने अपना काम AI पे छोड़ दिया तो AI तो वो कर ही देगा, पर AI कैसे कर रहा है, हमें उससे क्या
क्या
चीज़
कर रहा है?
करवानी है,
क्या
हमें
कर रहा है?
क्या कर रहा है वो चीज़ हमें देखनी है. क्योंकि AI तो अपना काम कर देगा, उसने क्या काम करा है ये हमारे अंडर हमें जो चाहिए वो मिल रहा है या नहीं,
Yeah.
ये वी विल
Correct.
थिंक.
Yes.
पर जो लोग इस चीज़ को मिसयूज़ करेंगे वो फिर अंत में रिप्लेस हो ही जाएंगे.
Absolutely.
क्योंकि AI जैसे लॉकडाउन हुआ तो लॉकडाउन के बाद वी शिफ्टेड टू ऑनलाइन. Like earlier, we were thinking that online meetings are not possible, offline meetings work, but later we switched to Zoom, and now we are much convenient to online, and work from home as well evolved from there. So I think that change in technology and change in time is what makes us evolve from apes to humans, and from humans to advanced humans, and then
Yeah.
further. So like AI is a phase, we have to go beyond that. So I think
Actually, सबसे बड़ा challenge ना इसी generation के लिए है.
Right. Absolutely.
When these guys joined college, you know, it was with those dreams कि a BSc in computer science or BTech in
फिर
computer
कोविड हिट हो गया उनको.
means all set. But that's how life is. Shit happens.
Yeah.
But now you
Yeah.
you need to make
And once you grow up, you'll get layoff, and then again shit happens. That's the truth of life, man. That's the truth of life, right?
and we I think switch careers and then move further.
Again, every job. See what happens. That's a very good question, right? So the ecosystem. How does the ecosystem work? You join a job. For example, you're getting, for example, अच्छा पैकेज बोलूँ बुरा पैकेज बोलूँ अच्छा मतलब 5 LP तब कुछ कहीं स्टैंड नहीं कर रहा तो 8-10 ले लेते हैं, चल बॉल पार्क 10 ले लेते हैं. 10 LP का पैकेज लगा, वेरी हैप्पी. और कॉलेज से जॉब लगी है, जॉब में जाऊँगा. उस टाइम अगर स्कूटी थी तो स्कूटी पे जाऊँगा, जल्दी जल्दी 6 महीने इकट्ठे करूँगा, फिर गाड़ी लूँगा, फिर या फ़ोन लूँगा. यू नो एवरीबडी हैज़ दैट एंथुसियाज्म. एंड वंस यू डू दैट, 2 महीने हो गए जॉब में, अरे यार पैसे कम है यार. एवरी जॉब विल मेक यू फील दैट. प्रेशर बढ़ता जाएगा, पैसे कम लगते जाएंगे. जैसे जैसे प्रेशर बढ़ेगा वैसे वैसे पैसे भी कम होते जाएंगे. Right? So, okay, let's now, I'll give you another question. This question is also for the speakers as well. So when we talk about AI, how do you feel about the security behind it? Security, since AI का अपने इंडिया में तो कोई compliance है नहीं, right? There's no compliance in India. I hope everybody understands what's a compliance, right? Okay. So AI and security, and in what sector do you feel that AI do wonders? AI can do wonders, and in what sector do you feel AI is not at all relevant? So first of all, you guys will answer, and then we will answer the same
Can you
question.
rephrase the question?
So I'm not ChatGPT.
Sure.
Okay, so the question is that what do you feel about the security behind AI?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable giving your debit cards? Give me one.
Sure.
See, I told you I'm not ChatGPT.
Uh,
But you can't trust me as well, right?
yeah, definitely.
So how are you able to trust AI? That's the question. And in what domain or sector you feel AI can do wonders, and AI is nothing in that sector? You need to give me 2 sectors. That's the question. Maybe you can start first.
So one of the sector is a consulting industry because
नहीं consulting भी बहुत wide हो गया भाई.
in IT
Tech consulting.
Tech consulting.
where the
Okay.
मैनेजर प्रेशर करता है कि प्रॉपरली लोकली LLM चलाना है कि कोई भी उनका जो डेटा है वो नेटवर्क पे ना चले जाए.
Okay.
वो प्रॉपर मॉनिटरिंग करवाते हैं कि कुछ भी हो पर लोकली चलाना है, वरना चलाओ ना. तो ये बहुत बड़ा कंसर्न
So
है.
are you sure you are a student? मुझे लग नहीं रहा.
मैंने
You're using such big words right out of the college. हम तो सोचते थे यार C++ का क्वेश्चन पूछे तो क्या होगा.
कंसल्टिंग का मतलब ही पता था.
Exactly.
में टर्म की मतलब
No, they're saying something.
Yeah.
Continue.
जोक सब आया दिल पे
कोई
मतलब.
से भी क्लाइंट का जो भी चीज़ है उनके बाहर नहीं जाना चाहिए, चाहे उनको कोई भी आइडिया है,
Okay.
कोई भी प्रोडक्ट वो बना रहे हैं, कोई भी डेटा बाहर नहीं है तो उनके लिए वो प्रॉपरली गाइडलाइंस बनाते हैं ताकि जो उनका जो लैपटॉप है प्रॉपरली वो चेक होता है.
Right. ठीक है.
इसके बारे में तो मेरे ख्याल से तो बहुत टाइट है.
और कौन सा डोमेन है जो नहीं मतलब नहीं फ्लाई कर सकता AI के साथ? What do you feel? It's okay अगर अभी नहीं आ रहा है दिमाग में that's also fine. अच्छा सारे कर सकते हैं ये फील. Okay. Maybe you. That was sweet. I'm thinking.
Right, so I think AI can be implemented in different domains, and one thing maybe which AI can't really do is making those handmade portraits or sketches.
Oh wow.
Although it can, I mean, being an artist, that's why I just thought of it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I do ask GPT to make a Ghibli version, but when it comes to actually painting it, that is something which robots can't do, I think.
So
And when-
robots can paint a whole house now, you know that,
yeah,
right?
that's happening, but still, I mean, that human touches are still there in canvas painting. And another thing, when it comes to where AI can't be implemented, is I think patents and stuff, because these are very private research and developments, and that's something which I personally, and I don't think many researchers even trust
That's
AI giving
coming
it.
from bioeducation, and I
Absolutely.
see.
So that's
Nice.
one thing where I think AI is still. I think it will take a lot of time when it comes
Okay.
to security. I
क्या
don't-
पता पेटेंट AI अपना बना के खुद रिजिस्टर कर रहा है हमसे पैसे ले that could also be something. But anyways,
Yeah,
jokes apart.
maybe.
Yeah.
But that was just my answer about where it can be implemented and can't be.
So you two are missing the great thinkers of the session.
मतलब हाँ सिक्योरिटी कंसर्न्स हैं प्राइवेसी कंसर्न्स भी हैं सो बेसिकली कंपनीज विच आर कंट्रोलिंग एआई राइट नाउ लाइक मेटा जीपीटी क्लॉड मतलब दे आर फॉरेन बेस्ड कंपनीज मोस्टली दे आर प्रेजेंट इन यूएस ओनली हाँ सबके सर्वर फार्म्स होते हैं अपने सबका होता है बट सेंट्रलाइज डेटा या जो प्रोसेसिंग होता है अब सपोज करो आप डीप सीक ले रहे हो इट्स अ चाइनीज कंट्रोल्ड एआई
Right.
एंड हाँ अगर एआई को आप अपना विलिंगली डेटा दे रहे हो तो देन डेफिनेटली यू आर एट रिस्क बट फिर वही है कि मतलब एक तो वही फ्रिक्शन वाली बात है कि आप उसको इतना डिपेंडेंट मत हो कि आप उसको सब कुछ ही दे रहे हो मतलब